Hello, hello, lovely people. I've got a new lighting setup. Look at this. Look at how beautiful it looks. Mika, where are you going? All right. Let's play some games. Mika, come here, baby. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Okay. Let's get into it. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How's everything going with you?
Everything's good. Everything's good. Got a new lighting setup.
I know this because I know who got it for you.
Elena helped me make it look good right now. Tell me, go onto my stream and tell me if we're
Let
looking
me see.
good.
The kick.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Hold on. Oh shit! There you are. Oh, that looks sick. It's got it's like an S.
No, not that. That's been there forever. I'm talking about the other lighting, like the lighting I have here and the colored
Oh,
lighting I have
the light
over
looks
here.
sick. Oh, it looks sick. Yeah, it's a little. I
Okay,
see you in
good.
a kind of a smallish window down here, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not, I want my screen to be the main focus, not my bald head.
Yeah, beautiful bald head.
I can hear myself. Maybe mute my stream.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that was fucking. Hold on. No, it's unmuted there. Hold on. Is it just because it's too loud?
Maybe.
Wait, through Kick you can hear?
I think so. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what
Not-
I'm hearing. Am I coming through speakers or headphones?
Oh shit! Wait, hold on. You're. No, I had you muted actually at Kick.
Hmm.
That's weird. You're muted on
Yeah.
Kick. I think, because for example,
Are you using speakers or headphones?
speakers. I don't want to fucking use headphones. Do I gotta use
Well, that's why I'm hearing myself in Discord.
Let me just turn it lower. Here. How about now?
I mean, I don't know. It goes in and out, so I'll let you know as we keep talking.
I'm good?
Probably better.
Yay. So,
So what's up?
you know, I don't know. I'm just fucking having a. Oh, you know what? What's happening today?
What?
Well, one thing, I just put out a new podcast episode, on anti-Semitism. I do a podcast, as you know.
Yes, I know, which you have yet to invite me on.
Would love to invite you on. We're not as consistent lately, so we're not doing so many episodes. But
I'm just
I'd love
saying
to.
you could invite me.
out of the 62 episodes we've done, we've probably had like 7 or 8 people come on.
That's a lot of episodes. You could invite your Jewish friend on, who's constantly talking politics,
Jews, ew.
right?
But anyway, we did a double episode on anti-Semitism, so I was putting that out.
And what did you figure out? That there is anti-Semitism?
It wasn't like that. It was really about our personal feelings about it. I didn't want to get into the politics of it like you and I might talk about here.
Okay.
I didn't really want to do that too bad. I just wanted to.
So did you know that there is anti-Semitism? I'm just making sure that you knew that.
Oh yeah, and that's kind of what we're talking about. We're saying, look, we just want to tell you our own experiences. We should be able to talk about our own experiences without somebody else saying.
You know, one thing that kind of bothers me is people insinuate that because I'm from a decently comfortable family and I've never had to struggle with anything, that means that I don't really experience the difficulties of racism or anti-Semitism, and I don't really think that's very fair.
That's not fair. Can I read you the latest I got from that girl who likes to send me shit?
Yeah. Oh boy. Buckle up, people. This is fucked.
Here we go. This is good. Everyone will want to come now.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find this. Hold on. Here we go. So here's a few things in a row.
She's so fucking mean. She's so mean.
She's mean. She said if you have to keep trying to debunk every single aid organization to justify supporting a genocide, maybe you don't need to worry about debunking anything and just say you support a genocide.
And maybe stop begging the question. Nobody with any actual power has ruled that it's a genocide.
Okay, so she wrote that a little while ago.
Does she not realize that an aid organization is going to be far more likely to rule the worst terrible thing because they want something good because they want to do the good and they want the death to stop? I'm not saying it's malicious. It's just that
that's arguable. I think she's wrong, but that's arguable. That's something she just sends me this shit though because I'm not talking to her. Like, so the next thing she wrote, this is after a little bit. I was posting holiday shit, Hanukkah shit, right? She goes, curious as to why you're not posting your Zionist propaganda anymore.
You told me about this one.
Yeah, you trying to make people forget that you stood on the side of genocide, colonialism, and white supremacy? If that's the case, don't worry at all caps. I have all the receipts and screenshots, Josh. Yeah. Your hypocrisy will never be erased or forgotten.
You told me about this one already. You sent me screenshots of that one.
Yeah. I told you about it. Anyways, and then after that, she wrote, because I posted something from Honest Reporting about Hamas's social media guidelines, so I guess she wants to defend Hamas. She writes, "Oh, there he is. Happy to see you back in action with your violent, absurdist rhetoric. White supremacy never fails." Woo! That's what
I
she
mean,
wrote.
it does
Um,
sort of say things about a person that they're gonna sit there and just scream angry obscenities
yeah.
into the
Also,
void.
I'm white. You and I are I'm white supremacy.
I'm a white supremacist apparently,
White supremacy murdered my family. What are you talking about?
which makes no sense at all because we're Levantine.
We're our own ethnicity. We're white passing, but we're our own ethnicity. Anyway, and
And
then
that's
she
the worst
wrote,
part is because we're white passing, we get looped in with all the terrible shit that
yeah. Look, you can if
white
you want to
people have.
argue I have white. If you want to argue we have white privilege, sure, right? Like I'm not getting pulled over by the police as much, probably, right?
I've been
But
pulled
like,
over like 6 times and I still haven't gotten a ticket.
no, we got the white privilege for sure. Well, you might be heading towards like you could be like neo-Nazi looking, so you probably go
Why?
the other
Because
direction
because I'm a skinhead.
because you're a skinhead.
No, okay.
No, it's beautiful. And then she wrote the final thing she wrote was, "You are an evil person. You are one of the worst people I've ever had the chance to meet. Here's
Yeah,
to you living. Here's to you living a long life filled with people telling you exactly what you deserve to hear."
because it's evil to say what you're saying and not evil to constantly harass somebody who's not even talking to you.
Yeah, there's a saying. Have you heard of it? By uh, hold on. Let me just look this up. Tell me.
There's a saying in Tennessee.
It's
Well, I
by
know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee.
Vasily.
Says,
There's a saying. It's
"Fool
by
me once, shame
It's
on
by.
shame
It's
on you.
It's
Fool me once,
Vasily.
can't get fooled again."
It's Vasily Grossman.
Okay,
He has a
I
book
had to
called
Bushism.
Life and Fate is his book, and he wrote, "Tell me what you accuse the Jews of, and I'll tell you what you're guilty of."
Ooh, shit.
And that's all too often true. Anyway,
Indeed.
I'm taking out my frustration with this girl saying stuff here because I never respond to her because of course I won't.
I don't know why you don't just block this girl.
Did you hear that threat she made towards me? I have to save all the shit she wrote in a folder.
Why are you still like if she started making threats, a judge is gonna be like, why the fuck did you keep talking to her or allow her to keep talking to you? You should have blocked her.
I'll say the honest truth. I was saving her shit in a folder because I was worried she was going to try to
Judge
twist
Judy.
things I wrote or posted to make me out to be somebody I'm not.
No.
I had to be able to prove it, right?
You've got enough proof now.
You say that, but I don't know.
I just feel like you are a bit of a glutton for punishment on this one.
I don't know. I think it's also a stark reminder of how people can be and what to look out for and what to be wary of,
A Tony Stark reminder.
No Man's Sky looks fun.
It is fun. Get it and come play with me.
It's so much. I have to get. I'm like one playthrough away from beating Zelda.
I thought you said you already beat it.
I said I was almost. I'm about to go down to fight Ganondorf now, I think.
Oh. Okay. Well,
This
it
was
took you
good.
far too long to finish up.
Have you watched any more Stargate yet?
No, but I'm planning to. I have concepts of a plan to continue watching Stargate.
When are you gonna watch?
I'm trying to this week. Helena's been borrowing my computer a lot, and I watch it with
Really?
my buddy on my computer.
Why is she borrowing your computer?
She's editing.
I haven't seen her in a while. I want to see her.
She's
cool.
here right now.
Well, apparently, because I'm supposed to hang out with your dad, and he's like, "I'm seeing Helena."
Yeah. I mean, she's here right now. She's in the living room.
No, tell her I said hi.
I will.
You have concepts of a plan to tell her I say hi.
I do, actually.
Yeah. You like playing in third person or first person?
The first couple times I played were in first person, so I'm playing this time in third person.
Gotcha. What's more fun?
I kind of like the third person.
Your head looks interesting.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that.
Yeah.
They're like, why does your head look like that? And I say, why does your fucking face look like that?
Is that what you say?
No. I'm not
Oh, you
rude.
want to know what I'm doing? What I did today? I totally forgot.
What?
I am developing a musical.
Is it a short musical?
It is not. Is it you making the joke because I made so many shorts?
Yes.
That's called making something versus nothing, is what I like to say.
Hey, I'm making shit literally as we speak.
I guess in a sense you are.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I want you to finish your book because I think you have awesome book
I
ideas.
know, but the ADHD gets in the way.
I want people to come on this stream and yell at you to write your book and threaten you to like leave your
Well,
stream.
then get a bunch of people to start following me, and then get them on the stream to come yell at me about it.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, I
So
would appreciate
this
that.
musical, I'm doing it with my friend Nomi. Nomi
Mhm.
Avadi. She's been in the news recently. I don't know if I told you this.
For what?
She is suing Danny Elfman
For?
sexual misconduct.
Oh. Wow, that kind of makes that one song feel real weird, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, people have talked about that. She's been in the news for it because, and she's actually, like, it's so apparently Johnny Depp's lawyer is on Danny Elfman's side for this, and I thought Amber Heard was totally insane and in the wrong on that, the main aggressor in that last case. But I think that was an outlier, right?
Sure.
That's not typically. I think that's what was so crazy about it. Like she was such a liar. But my friend is not a liar. She's a wonderful person, and she's dealt with some bad shit.
Wonderful people can still be liars.
They can be. She's not. She's a great
Okay.
person. And she's. Yeah, it's a long story of everything she's gone through. People can look it up. Naomi Abadi and Danny Elfman. But she, she's this incredible musical prodigy. She's an incredible pianist, and since she was a kid, like she's brilliant. And so she has all these amazing songs that I feel like should have been bigger, right?
Uh-huh.
And I pitched this idea to her, and I was like, hey, what if we take your songs and we make a musical out of them, and I just write a musical around your songs? And she's been like really on board, and we're formulating this story around all of her songs, which are already awesome and already like
Cool.
they've got such great hooks, like stuff that people would be singing on the way home from the theater.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's about a woman who goes to work for this senator in Iowa, and she looks up to him. She thinks he's amazing. He's this truly progressive guy, and turns out he's a predator and does some stuff he shouldn't do to her.
That's a bummer.
And she tries to tell people, and then the world, everybody, the media, they all turn on her. And
Right.
she takes him to court, and then she doesn't. I think we're gonna have it so she doesn't win in court, but she decides to run against him, and she wins. To take his.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice and progressive. But also she teams up with the other side. The guy, the people that she thought were the villains, the other political side. Turns out that they just disagree. But they don't have to be villains. They don't have to be the bad guy. She can respectfully disagree and work with them. In fact, she should be working with them, right? And they work together to take down the guy that's on her side, who's a predator. So
Right.
it goes to show that there's more nuance, and she learns about the nuance of things and stuff too. And her naivete becomes, she gains knowledge and experience and wisdom.
That sounds like a nice one. How long do you think it's going to take for you to get it done?
Well, we're beatboarding it. We got the first act laid out right now, basically.
Okay.
So, anyway, Thought I'd share that.
Okay. When are you
I
gonna
also
write? When are you gonna write a part for me in one of your things?
when I make something new, I would have put you in therapist if I knew you.
Oh well, you didn't.
Yeah, and in
You
F
didn't even.
minor,
You didn't
I
even
could have.
try to know me.
I didn't write a part for you for F minor, but I wrote a part of you in F minor.
You did.
Yeah, your dad.
Oh, that's true.
Dad's in my movie. Um, you know. Another thing is I put up a big list of all the movies I watched this year and I ranked them.
Okay. Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
Deadpool got real high up. I liked that. That was
he's
cool.
number 3 out of 46 or 7 films. Yeah,
That was very cool of you to do.
I mean it was cool of the movie to be pretty good.
It was very good.
My number 1 was Nora. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
You gotta watch Nora. And my friend of mine produced it. Excellent
Oh, really?
film. It'll be up for
Okay.
Oscars, man.
Wow.
It's already up for Golden Globes. Yeah.
Look at your friend.
I mean, he's producer for Sean Baker, so you like Sean Baker. This is Sean Baker.
Cool.
He did the last movie he did was Red Rocket. He did the Florida Project.
I don't think I've seen those.
I didn't see Florida Project yet, but Red Rocket was good. The Fall Guy was number 2. Fall Guy was good. I love that movie. I don't understand people who didn't love that movie.
I haven't seen it yet, but
Oh my
I hear
God.
good things about it.
It was so much fun. If you love movies, that movie was a love letter to the industry, to the stunt community and the industry in general.
That's
Civil
what I
War.
heard about it. Yeah, that's kind of what I heard.
Yeah, Deadpool was 3. Civil War was 4.
I haven't seen that either.
God damn it, Jordan.
What?
Okay, and then in 5 was A Real Pain.
I haven't seen that either.
That was fucking good. It's about 2 Jews going to Poland. You should watch it.
Oh,
Really good.
sounds lovely.
Did you watch The Wild Robot?
No.
God, you've only seen Deadpool. Did you watch Love Lies Bleeding?
Nope.
Did you watch The Brutalist, which just came out?
Nope.
Did you watch Nosferatu?
Nope.
Did you watch Dune Part 2?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that. Okay.
No,
The last of my top 10, at least, you know. Did you watch Furiosa? That was like my number 11.
no, I didn't see Furiosa.
Did you like the other Mad Max film?
Yes, I did.
And you'll like Furiosa. That's the same shit. It's good.
Yeah. I know there was a reference to it in Deadpool.
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
It's the whole place they were in.
Behold the head of your precious queen, Furiosa.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
what are you up to? What's this year looking like for you?
I don't know, pretty much the same as last year. Not too
How's your
different.
business coming along?
It's coming along. I can't really talk about it on stream, but
Oh, well then, never mind.
yeah.
There's 80 business you can't talk about coming on though.
Well, you know, the nature of what it is. I shouldn't really be talking
Yeah,
about
I
it
know.
in public. Yeah.
Yeah, the sex trafficking business that you have.
Oh, you motherfucker. This is like you always talking about the porn.
Well, I didn't even say it this time. That's
Yeah, but I knew it was going to
You
happen.
you just like talking about your dad directing a porn
I
just
hate
on your
you.
own. Is that? Did you watch it finally? Is that what happened?
I hate you.
You know what? I think you love me, just like you love the porn that your dad directed.
I don't know. I don't want to know. I'm never going to find out.
I think you probably already watched it.
Mhm.
Do you feel ashamed that you enjoyed it? Okay, if you haven't watched it,
I haven't seen it. And I'm
would
not
you
going
feel?
to.
Would you? And you watched it. Let's say you enjoyed it. Would you feel weird about that?
I'm never going to find out.
But let's say you did, like hypothetically.
Yeah, that would be weird, but I'm not gonna find out. And I
But
don't
like, so
think I
weird.
could enjoy it. I think it's
You don't
like
think you could? What if it's really good though?
it could be very good, and there's always gonna be that weird thing in my head that makes me not enjoy it.
What if it's the best porn you've ever seen?
This is weird. This is gross.
You're like, wow, my dad understands this stuff. Like, wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know why? Because you guys are cut from the same cloth. Makes sense. It's like it turns out he named the characters after you.
he. Pre- this is not fun. This is not fun. This is gross.
This is everything you wanted when you started to stream.
Ugh.
You know. You know.
I feel
Sounds pretty
uncomfortable. I need an adult.
I need to find out what it's called. I don't know the name of it. I gotta ask.
No, you do not. That's the last thing you need to find out.
First thing to find out.
What's Ethan doing?
She needled her face.
What?
She needled her face.
I heard you.
It's
But
some sort of thing that for her face. I don't know. The thing girls or people sometimes do.
oh,
Face needling, and it's recovering. I don't know.
okay.
Probably for her skin.
Sounds painful.
Sounds it. She said it was fine because she numbed it first. Saturday tomorrow, I'm working on my film course, and that online course. I'm getting re-editing some of those clips for my social media and building my brand, man.
Nice, nice.
And Sunday's my birthday.
Oh, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Damn, I'm going to my friend's comedy thing. I would have done something with you.
No, it's maybe doing dinner. I don't know. And then I'm planning to do a party, but maybe in February when my brothers are here.
Okay, that sounds
Love
fun.
you. Will you come this time, or are you going to tell me that?
Yeah, I will. I will come.
You're not going to tell me, oh no, I need to take care of Mika.
I mean, I do need to take care of Mika, but Mika, move away from the light.
Mika, hear her name.
Yes.
Banyagi V system.
Huh?
Euclid Galaxy.
Oh. I'm about to warp away again.
Why is there enemies? Is that why?
Nope. There's somewhere that I'm going to.
Is it pretty smooth the transition between solar systems, right?
Sorta. Can be a little hitchy during the animation.
Are there different solar systems or different
Different solar systems and different galaxies.
Or you can go to other galaxies?
Yeah.
And can you
This
find your way
game
back?
is massive.
If it's unlimited, basically, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know if there's a bigger game than Zelda. That was crazy.
Yeah, this game is definitely bigger than Zelda.
Bigger than Zelda, really? Like I think
Yes.
level of the
Each one of these
detail-
planets is an actual planet-sized area.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean there's anything really there.
There's stuff there. It's procedurally generated, so it's
Yeah, that's crazy though.
yeah, it's huge.
Are they still at every new update? They're still adding shit, right? Making it
Yep.
more robust.
It's pretty
What's
sweet.
what's the coolest thing in this entire game that keeps you coming back?
Well, I haven't played it in a few years, so there's new stuff now. I can't really answer that at this point.
So far, what's the coolest stuff?
I mean, this is pretty cool looking.
Yeah, like, what is this?
This is an Atlas station.
And you can get out of your ship.
Yeah, and I'm gonna run around.
Can you get out of your ship in the middle of space?
No.
Can't float around out there?
No.
Oh, they should let you do that.
I mean, there's certain places where you can walk out in space, like when you're on your capital ship.
They should let you do it just to let you do it, you know? It can't be that hard. Like you float around. Maybe you gotta repair your ship or something. What are you walking on? What is this? What is this stuff?
Some of these little things will teach me a word.
Oh, I heard about this. That sounds grindy.
This game is massively grindy.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Like I like the grind. It's
And
fun
yeah, like
grinding this game.
Galaxies is shit to gain info on. They're like, yeah, you'll learn one word per galaxy.
It's not quite like that, but
Piece
it is
together a
pretty
sentence.
grindy. But you like, it's not so grindy that it takes the fun out of it.
Yeah. I like the art style.
Yeah, it is a really pretty game.
Let me know when you're gonna watch Stargate again. I want to watch the Torment of Tantalus with you.
That's probably going to be like coming up pretty soon, right?
Well, you still have to watch the next one, right? Which is the crystal one, the Lazarus, Blue Lazarus or whatever, Cold Lazarus. That's an emotional episode. Is it just us here?
Ooh.
Just me and you, buddy.
Huh?
Just me and you.
What?
It's just me and you.
Right now, yeah.
Game. You can just talk to me now. You don't have to worry. Tell us what you thought of your dad's porn.
Stop. Oh my gosh. You're killing me.
That's what the lady said. Your dad's porn.
Frustrating.
I don't think she said that.
No, I'm saying that. Hollow Terminus detected.
Oh, did you see that video that Israel released of that secret operation they did in Syria in like October?
No.
Dude, take a second and watch it.
I'll watch. Well, I'm in the middle of something right now. But tell me, what was it?
So they where the fuck is, let me look this up. It was a covert operation, and Iran had an underground missile factory in Syria. It's considered one of the most high-risk and complex commando.
Whoa, look at these fucking things. Look at these fucking things.
What things? Where are you at? Oh, the purple shit? Is that
It's
new?
wild. Ow. That's crazy looking. Sorry, but that's crazy looking.
Yeah. So, it was a crazy high-risk, complex commando operation. Considered one of the most high-risk and complex ever.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch the video of them like going through the. Again, this is from October. I think this is before the fall of Assad. Yeah. That's what's crazy. And 120 special forces troops, Israeli special forces, were involved. And the Air Force, like a ton of helicopters and everything, refueling planes. And they basically, if I can recall, at least I'm reading this now, maybe I can say it better by looking at this. They were planning on this for like a long time. So basically, they couldn't bomb it from the air because it was deep underground in a mountain or something. So like 230 to 430 feet below ground. So it was considered kind of impossible to hit it with IAF airstrikes.
Right.
But destroying it with the commando raid was also a huge challenge because its location was more than 124 miles north of the Israeli border and around 28 miles from Syria's western coastline.
Okay.
And the layout of the facility was like a horseshoe. It looked like something out of James Bond underground, right?
Right.
And so what they did, so apparently it wasn't yet at working capacity or at full capacity. And I think there were like 30 guards kind of guarding it. And they took out all the guards, they killed them all. Like all the soldiers. And it was expected that the facility would be able to produce between 100 and 300 missiles of various kinds per year. And it also involved the Navy, so it was the jets and the Navy. It was like a huge, crazy operation. The 6 helicopters flew over the Mediterranean Sea, far off the coast of Lebanon, before crossing into Syria above its own coastline. And the choppers flew unusually low in order to evade Syrian radars and air defense systems. The Syrian air defense systems around the facility were the second most densely concentrated in Syria, surpassed only by Damascus, although at least some had already been knocked out by airstrikes and had not been repaired or replaced. It took the helicopters only 18 minutes to reach the facility after they crossed the Syrian coastline, and none were detected.
Wow.
And then at the same time as they were arriving, Israeli naval vessels and fighter jets, I think, too, or drones, hit targets related to the facility and elsewhere in Syria, and they were intended to serve as a deception to mask the objective of the raid, right? If it were to be detected. So basically, they did like a normal attack in Syria at the time to mask this raid that was going on. So, like, they just sent a bunch of normal missiles, right? Kind of distracted them. I love how it's considered normal, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it said, although the helicopters were apparently not detected by local air defenses, Israeli reports indicate that dozens of Syrian soldiers began to head to the facility, suggesting they must have been alerted to the operation, although perhaps only after the commandos had landed. To hamper any Syrian response, strikes also targeted roads in and out of the facility. The first of the CH-53s put troops down very close to the entrance to the facility, and once all 4 had dropped off troops, the helicopters moved to landing zones nearby and waited for the mission to be completed. The Unit 669 members remained on the aircraft, waiting for the call to action if any of the commandos were injured. The operation is said to have involved the first team of commandos securing the area, while a second team advanced toward the entrance, killing 2 guards. Meanwhile, another team took up position on a nearby hill, from where they operated a small drone. This drone was reportedly equipped not only for surveillance, but also armed so it could eliminate anyone approaching the facility. Within an hour, the first team of commandos had broken through one of the entrances, which were protected by heavy doors. Further internal doors were opened using nearby forklifts. Indeed, at least some of the commandos underwent forklift driver training just for this eventuality. As well as forklifts on site, the commandos used a quad bike they had brought with them to move explosives around the tunnel. I feel like this is like something out of Perfect Dark or something.
I still think the most impressive thing was the pagers.
Oh, the page. Well, yeah, that's of course. In all, 50 commandos were involved in planting explosive devices, while the other 50 waited outside to provide surveillance and offer covering fire. Meanwhile, the fighter IAF, the Israeli Air Force fighters, continued to hit targets, dropping 49 munitions in total during the raid, although not all were around the facility. After around 660 pounds of explosives had been rigged up, a remote detonator was planted at the site entrance, and the 100 commandos moved to the original landing site where the same helicopters picked them up. As they boarded, the explosives were triggered. Like a fucking movie. In all, the IDF assesses that its soldiers killed 30 guards and Syrian soldiers during the operation, while Syrian media reported 14 dead and 43 wounded. According to the IDF, the operation was completed with the commandos involved having spent a little more than 2.5 hours on the ground in Syria. During the operation, the forces reached critical machinery for manufacturing precision missiles, including a planetary mixer, numerous weapons, and intelligence documents, which were transferred for investigation. The soldiers destroyed the compound and safely returned to Israeli territory, so nobody was hurt. Nobody got injured of their own.
Yeah. I mean, they generally don't on these kinds of operations. They tend to do a very good job.
It was called Operation Many Ways. And it took place while Syria was still ruled by Bashar al-Assad, and before Israel launched its campaign against Hezbollah in Lebanon. After the collapse of the Assad regime in Syria, it seems Israel decided that it can publicize details of the commando raid. It's also serving as a warning of potential further operations directed against Iran and its proxies in the region, because this was Iranian missiles being made there. The fact that the operation demonstrated Israeli willingness and capacity to launch such raids against deeply buried and highly defended bunkers sent a signal to Iran, which is a key takeaway. Key takeaway. I'm just reading some of this. While executing a similar operation against an underground target in Iran would be far more complex and risky, this has always been a real possibility, and Israel has proven itself more than capable of operating within Iran's borders.
Yeah, but Iran is like, its teeth are like cut, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's all bark and no bite right now.
Kind of. After Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Assad regime in Syria, the Houthis are almost the last remaining arm of Iran's axis of evil. That's just something I think Netanyahu said. The Houthis are learning and will learn the hard way that those who strike Israel will pay a very heavy price for it.
Speaking of the Houthis, do you know about Timothée Chalamet?
What?
Timothée Chalamet.
Tell me.
That's the Houthi that Hassan invited onto his stream.
Oh, okay, I've heard this actually. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, by the way, last thing about that operation. So apparently, like over 100 or hundreds of Syrian troops started descending on the site, but it was like an hour after the Israelis were gone already. Like it was such an effective operation.
Weak.
Yeah.
Weak.
Anyway, now you know. Watch the video if you can. It's crazy.
That's cool. That's a good
Like
one.
they doing underground. It's fucking not a James Bond, man.
Are you ready for our own political situation coming up?
Our own political situation.
Yeah. Shit's about to
Trump?
be. Yeah.
What's about to happen? It's like nothing will surprise me anymore. I kind of think like whatever happens, we have it coming now.
Wow. Listen,
No, I mean like people
I
voted-
actually like this country, okay?
I like it too, but people voted for it en masse, so I don't know.
Just
what to
because
say.
you're Canadian and technically can run away to Canada if shit goes sour.
Yeah, well, Canada's got its own problems right now.
That's true, actually. What do you
Yeah.
think's gonna happen
Here,
in Canada?
I don't know. We'll become the 51st state. Or
Oh my god, what a dumbass thing.
Him saying that fucked up my finances because the Canadian dollar has just been going down, and it's garbage right now, and I need to transfer my Canadian money to American.
That's right, we talked about that. You should
Sucks.
have done it before.
Yeah, well, I couldn't. I still don't have it all.
You waited too long.
I didn't wait too long. I'm still coming in.
Oh,
It's
you waited too long, though.
what do you call it? An inheritance.
Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do with
I
it?
waited too long, or did my dad wait too long to die? Is that what you mean?
What are you gonna do with it?
What do you mean?
I mean, what are you
Survive.
gonna do with it?
Survive?
Survive?
Yeah.
That's probably a good use.
Yeah. These crystals look nice.
I already have a lot of that shit.
Is the planet-
hydrogen.
Do the planets, like, when they procedurally generate, do they ever, like, procedurally generate in weird ways, like, that don't
Yes.
make sense?
There are floating islands on some. Like,
Yeah, but
there's weird shit.
that's purposeful though, right? That can happen.
What? Oh,
That's
like does it glitch out?
I don't know. There's ever some weird ass shit that's not supposed to be.
There's a
Like,
lot of weird ass shit, but like it's all within the bounds of the game.
yeah, I don't know. Just have ever something not look like it should because it's procedurally generated. I don't know.
Like, does anything glitch out? Not really.
What is that? What is that enemy right there? What is that?
That was just wildlife. It wasn't an enemy.
Is it bad? Does it hurt you?
Will it hurt me? Probably not. Sometimes some of them will.
Firestorm coming, bro.
I'll be okay.
You will?
Yeah.
You got a suit that can protect you.
Well, I can like charge up my protection against it, but also look at the temperature right now. It's gonna warm things up a little bit.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah. Let's see what temperature it goes to is the question.
Is this sometimes a bit of a lonely game?
Yeah. But I like that.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah,
in some
wow.
ways.
It just went from like too cold to too hot. That's interesting.
I like it in something like Metroid because there's very particular objectives, but I feel like this could get a little bit like, oh, I've lost.
There's a
of...
lot of objectives in this game.
Yeah, but do they feel that they're grindy objectives?
They can be, but I mean, like you can't really say until you play it, right? Like you're just watching it and you're saying.
I know, it looks like it
you
could be
haven't
fun.
played it.
It looks like it could be fun for sure.
It's a good game. It's a lot of fun.
I
It scratches
know,
the exploration itch.
You're dying though, bro.
I'm fine.
Your health is just dying.
Good thing I can fix it really easily.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, watch. Boom.
What is that? Are you just giving yourself health? Like, what is that?
Recharging my thermal protection. Also, I need to recharge my
What are you
terrain
doing?
manipulation. What?
Are you picking up crystals? What are you doing?
I'm mining cobalt.
You need cobalt?
Yes.
Can't you just, like, get shit to do that automatically for you?
Not yet.
You can, like,
I
set
think
up auto
eventually I can, but I'm not there yet.
You have to break open the rock to do this.
Yeah, I gotta mine this shit.
Does the mining process happen pretty fast?
I mean, you're watching it.
Is that done, or is that, like, the beginning of it?
This is like almost done.
Oh, shit. How much, what does this net you? Like, what does this do for you? How much is this?
I'm using this to craft an upgrade to my visor.
Your visor on your lack of a face?
Yeah.
Cool. Ooh.
How much do I have? Let's see.
Alright, I might get going shortly.
Boo!
What?
Lame.
I like playing, I don't like watching other people play.
That's so lame.
I gotta go finish Zelda.
Are you?
I don't know about tonight, maybe. I watched Gladiator 2, did I tell you this?
How was it?
It was okay.
So not as good as the first one?
No, it
How was Denzel?
was good.
Yeah?
Is he ever not good, though?
No. It's pretty much always good.
There's a little bit of a feeling always like it's fucking Denzel in Gladiator. You know, it's not... He doesn't-
You're just like, oh my god, that's Denzel.
It's just a feeling of... He is very good in it, actually, and it's not nothing wrong with it. I don't think he's like...
He's not like too Denzel.
He's a bit Denzel, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, he's not... I never kind of forget that
You're
it's...
watching
you know,
Denzel.
that I'm watching The Equalizer, Training Day Man, and you know, suddenly he's in the Gladiator. But he's actually a very important character in the movie.
Yeah, I kind of got that from the trailers and shit.
Yeah, he actually makes the movie more unique than the like. There's a lot of stuff that's a retread of the first movie.
Uh huh.
He's he's a more interesting element. Hmm. Yeah, it was all right. I just thought sometimes the filmmaking felt, I don't know, uninspired. Sonic 3 was fun.
Yeah,
You
I
watch
like
it?
Keanu. No, but I'm gonna watch it probably eventually.
It was the best Sonic by far.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. First one was good. I haven't seen the second one, or I did, and
First
I
one
just
was
don't
all
remember
right.
anything from
Second one was better in some ways, although it was all right. It was good, I
I
guess.
really enjoy Clark Gregg.
The best part of all of the movies, and easily the best part of the third one, is Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's like the only movie he does now, right?
Yeah, but he's fucking brilliant in
No,
this
I
movie.
know, but like
Jim,
he like doesn't want to do anything else now. He only wants to do
yeah.
like Sonic, right?
Well, he gets to be as it's so wonderfully weird. Like the rest of the movie is kind of a fine kids movie, fun actiony kids movie.
Right.
But he actually adds an element that elevates the whole thing, and this movie capitalizes on it. So you can literally feel the difference. Like early on in the movie, he's like not kind of present for a little,
Hmm.
and then the moment he's there, the movie just gets elevated, and and the movie understands that really well, so it really utilizes him. That's probably one of the reasons it's the best one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's highly entertaining. Yeah,
Look at me mining all this cobalt.
he plays
Look at
he
me
plays more than one character in this movie.
robbing this planet of its natural resources.
And there's a lot more than that, though, right? It's a whole fucking planet.
Yes, there is.
You wander around the whole planet, it would take you forever, right?
Yeah, it would take me as long as it would take to wander around like the Earth, depending on the size of it.
Yeah. Well, you could probably zoom around faster, though, right?
A little bit.
Do people do that? Do they spend hours going around planets, walking around?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm sure some people have.
I feel like it's not worth it.
It's not.
You can probably go to your ship and get around to the other side faster, right?
Oh yeah, in like a matter of seconds.
Yeah. Are there like secret things to find on each planet?
There can be, yeah, but
Like,
you don't
ooh.
really know unless you go look
Are
at
there like
stuff.
special caves or some shit?
A lot of planets have caves, but not all of them.
Are they special? Like they have shit in them?
They can, yeah.
Oh, like is there anything unique on some planets?
Yeah. Well, you saw a pretty weird one earlier.
Well, that was a unique like life form or whatever. But I mean, is there anything unique to
No, like that weird,
is there
like
any-
no, that one with like the weird pink floating things. That's
Oh,
not something you're
Yeah,
gonna
but-
see.
okay, but I mean like a hidden key or some shit.
A hidden key? No, I don't think so.
Like, oh, I need to go digging for a key somewhere on this planet.
No, not really.
That stuff seems like it could be fun though. Like,
I mean, I don't know. There might be stuff like that. Again,
Yeah.
like I haven't played enough to know at this
I
point.
know like a questy vibe where you have to go through and
Yes,
defeat all the
there are
enemies.
definitely questy things to do.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at me go!
It's fun. It looks like fun. I think you need a head though. It bothers me that you don't have a head.
It bothers everybody. You're not the only one.
I don't know. I don't feel connected. I feel like your character could die and I wouldn't care.
Well,
I
that's
think I
a you
realized that
problem.
No, I think I realized that
Ooh,
people
what's that?
need to have heads. What?
Cool.
What's what?
Those little
That's
guys
structure.
running by.
The dudes running by? What is it?
It was like a little swarm of dudes.
Can you befriend anybody? Do you get a pet
Yes.
that follow you around?
Yes, if they're big enough, you can ride them.
Cool. And can they level up?
I don't know. Maybe.
You should. You know what I think you should do?
What?
And I would support this. Sometimes on your stream, instead of playing this, you should work on your book on
Oh,
stream.
no. I'm not gonna do that. I
Nice.
what I might do is I might like read it.
Maybe you should work a little bit on it and get input from people
Well, why would I do that?
because you'll get it done.
Get it done?
Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar with those words in that order.
Yeah. You should get familiar with the action.
Huh. Sounds like a pain in the ass.
Oh.
I don't know.
Depends how
I'm
badly
just
you
saying.
want it.
It sounds difficult.
Hmm.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. Is it sounds difficult.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I realized? Do we have any pictures together?
I don't think so.
Because I was put on my iPhone and I was putting photos to all the people in my phone, and especially the ones of my favorites, like you, and don't have a photo of you.
Well, we'll have to take one. Maybe
Send
on
me
your
a photo.
birthday.
Send me a photo. Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
not gonna do that.
Oh, I need a photo of you.
I don't
need,
take a lot of photos of me.
need to be in it.
I don't take a lot of photos of me. I don't know what to tell you.
I could just screen grab you right now and put that.
I mean,
That's
you
a photo.
can. Is that really what you want to do?
No, we won't do that. Can you blow planets up? Can you explode a planet?
Not that I'm aware of.
That'd be sick. Oh wow! So you just enter. Oh, can you enter? You can like enter the atmosphere of a planet this way.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Can you walk
But right
around
now
on the
we're going
ring?
to space station. What?
Can you walk on a ring?
On a ring? No.
Will it freeze you to death?
No. It's just pieces of rings are relatively far apart from each other. You can't like walk on them. They just
They
look
really-
close because we're very far away, right?
Yeah, they really accomplished it with this game. This looks gorgeous.
It does. And this is even like on not even that high of a graphics setting right now.
Yeah,
Oops.
colors are just wonderful.
Buy one of these. Anything to sell?
They finally delivered on their promise and then some.
Yeah, seriously, they really did. That's why you got to play it.
Maybe later. I don't have time. I'm busy writing things that I love to complete.
I don't know what that's like, but it sounds frustrating.
That's not true. I mean, I also procrastinate, but you know how I procrastinate?
How?
I come on my friend's stream and just chill while he's playing.
Yeah. You could procrastinate even harder if you got the game yourself and joined me.
Can we hang out together in there?
Yes,
They
we
finally-
can. We
they
can go on missions and stuff together.
They finally let you do that? I thought that was all glitchy.
No, 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 no. It works really well.
No, so you're not so alone?
Yeah.
You attack each other?
Yeah, but why? Why would you want to do that?
Is there any PvP action?
Probably. I don't know. I haven't tried it, but I think most of it is like working together.
I
You
feel like
probably-
they should build a real-time strategy game out of like within the game. That you have to build up an army and they have to build up an army and then you can. That'd be cool.
I guess. Hyperdrive has no fuel. Fukumi.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
All right, buddy.
Take care.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Is your mom still around, by the way?
No, she's back in DC.
Well, I hope you had fun.
I did.
A good time.
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
All right. I'll see you later, bud.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Bye. Happy New Year. Okay. Gotta refuel lay hyperdrive. Right, Luca? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Come here. Girl.
Technology recharge.
Let's go. Okay. Hmm. Hello. Oh. Okay. My stream has been kind of stable today for the most part. We'll see if that stays that way. Alright, let's go looking for Apollo. What's
Hola.
up?
What's up?
What's going on, buddy?
Remember when commercials used to be like pop culture fucking phenomenons?
Yeah, I just hate them now.
Well, yeah, they're just not good. The last good commercial
They're
I
cringe.
saw,
They're
alright,
so cringe.
the last good commercial I saw, like the last one, I was like, you know what, that was fun, was those Fabuloso commercials. Everything
mean,
else, pretty bad. Did you see the
Geico-
Fabuloso commercial?
Geico comes out with a pretty good one from time to time.
It's been a while though, dude. I mean, Geico was popping at one point, but yo, there used to be a time where you'd see your friend in middle school and just be like, "What's up?" You know what I mean? It was a fucking thing, or like, you know, people would be like, "Bud, why is it?" You know what I
Wise.
mean? It was just like,
But
why? Yeah,
sir?
yeah. It was just
Classic.
truly a part of the pop culture.
No, but there's
There's no
so many
commercial like that
now
at
where
all.
it just it feels so fake and inauthentic, and I just cringe watching so many of them nowadays.
I don't even know any commercials. Even the Super Bowl. Even the Super Bowl used to every commercial be a hit. Now there's maybe like
now there's
one
just
good
like
one.
a few of them, yeah.
But that was a major thing. Having a Super Bowl commercial spot, it's a big deal. They just don't got the same teams as before.
Yeah. Ooh, thermal protection module. Nice. Nice, mate. I needed that.
What do you think about Biden bombing Iran before he leaves presidency? It's like his last thing,
Fuck yeah.
his last move. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like Iran. The regime is fucking awful, and they're always antagonizing Israel. Fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
And then I think we also bombed Yemen a little bit, and the Houthis suck too. They were kidnapping merchant ships.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, those are like the little like piece of shit brat down the street that just needs to be smacked a
Just
couple
need
times.
just
for them
nice,
to act right.
just a little
'Cause
backhand.
they're
right?
like such non a threat whatsoever that's ridiculous. You know, to even allow them to do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Wait, I was
it's
just
just
so
ridiculous.
I just had my buddy Josh on here, and I asked him, "Do you know this? Do you know who Timothée Chalamet is?"
I mean, I'm sure you're talking about Timothy Chalamet, but
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Timothée Chalamet.
I hate him already just for doing that to his name. I
Well,
like
he
Timothy
didn't do
Chalamet.
that.
He's grown on me.
The far lefties did that
Why do they do that?
because he's a Houthi rebel who went on to Hassan Piker's stream, and they like him and they think he's cute, so they call him Timothée Chalamet. Yeah, I heard
mean,
that sigh. I hear that sigh.
let's-
I'm right there.
Let's
with
keep
you.
it. Let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it real. Fucking Ted Bundy got like thousands of love letters. You know what I mean? Like, people were in interviews saying, "I just don't think he did it. He just is so well spoken." It's fucking crazy. So like, no, dude. You know, women. First off, that's the most important topic right here. Women are just retarded.
Hang on 1 second.
If a man is cute, it doesn't even matter if he's a part of a terrorist organization that kidnaps and rapes women. You know, as long as he's cute. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I know it's dumb, but they support the Houthis whether he's cute or not. That's fucking retarded.
Well, don't worry. We got a real one coming into office.
Oh, I'm so annoyed because like I'm stuck between, from my perspective, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? Because like,
Because you know it's real. You know.
because I don't
I'm
like
paying allowing
Trump,
that
I'm
shit no
not
more.
gonna. I don't think he's gonna do a good job. I'd love to be proven wrong, but I don't think he's gonna do a good job. And
He will be
then
proven
you know, I loved me some Biden, but now we have this whole faction of the left that's like just completely retarded, and who are like only think about things from a moral perspective and not a single thing from a pragmatic or practical perspective. And I'm just like I'm getting a little black pilled, buddy. Getting a little
What?
black pilled.
Black pilled? What's that?
Like doomer pilled.
Oh, you're becoming a pessimistic faggot. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. That's
You're
okay.
just a little.
That's kind of accurate. I'm a little
Yeah.
bit.
I
Yeah.
can't stand the nepotist, because what you gotta remember, Jordan, is while you become black pilled, you gotta remember that the majority of these protesters are black pilled individuals. What my perception of black pilled is, and like this like intense like just narcissistic negative behavior, you know, this pessimistic attitude of life, is they usually are just complainers. Like, they don't actually
No, I was
provide
saying
any
that to my
feeling.
friend. Dude, did you see? I'm sorry. Did you see what I was saying to Josh the other day in politics?
Oh yeah, he was talking. That guy is kind of, you know, he's a bit much. I feel like he doesn't pay
you get
attention to
used to
politics
him.
whatsoever. That's cool,
You-
because I've talked to him on
Yeah.
here and he seems cool. He seems normal.
I actually
But,
love the guy to death. Like, he's a good
Yeah.
friend.
But like he's like so, you know, he's like so unaware of what's really going on in the world. It just is driving me crazy. I don't know if it's like his troll ability is great. You know, I understand he is just trolling, which is funny. But at the same time, I just feel like there's a piece of him that, you know, believes his own troll. So I also think he's retarded.
So no, he's not going to support like the UK not going after rapists.
Right, but I do feel like he does that.
No, he really doesn't.
And that, yeah, then
It's
he's
just,
funny.
I
Then
think
he's
he
funny.
was giving you a hard time because you were taking that very seriously, and he was in a bit of a goofy mood.
That's cool. That's
Um,
fine. I get
Yeah.
that.
Because
Because the proof isn't there. Like he posted one thing, like if it's Hunt Quizell, it's been debunked, and then you have one friend, Leo, goes 100, and I'm like,
Leo,
who's supporting
yeah.
this nonsense?
Listen, you
Who's
just
support-
because
then
Leo,
I
with Leo, you just
I
focus
posted-
on that he's a nice guy, that he's a nice guy. Don't pay
He just
attention
doesn't
to
know
his
anything?
politics because
I
mean
provided
he knows.
nonstop
No, here's the
evidence
thing.
there. Yeah, here's the thing.
Oh
What? You die?
no, hang on. Here's the thing: is like he knows a lot, but only from a far left perspective. He very
Right.
rarely argues from a liberal perspective.
I posted Statista, which is like the proof of like all the reported rapes and all like the massive amount of it that's
Yeah.
in direct correlation to the mass immigration that's happened, and that's the major issue. And then there's other people that are coming out saying that even the reporter rapes have become like lesser because like the whole British opinion of people coming off as racist for being anti-Muslim immigration has become a major issue. Also, I find it disgusting that in New York City, and Belgium and London, the #1 baby name in all these cities are now Muhammad. I'm like, bro,
Oh,
you know what? I
don't
so
really care about that.
fucking ready. I do care about this because I'm so fucking ready to bring back like a cultural revolution and push
Do you
back
know? But
against.
yeah, but let me put this in to you in like a little bit of a different light. Perhaps baby names are a lot more varied among other cultures than in Islam, right? That's probably why you're seeing that. So you're gonna
No.
have a lot more people.
The #1 name among all Arabs. Everybody knows what the correlation
Yeah,
is between.
and I'm saying
being
that,
Muhammad.
baby names among Islamic people are going to probably be more varied. So that's skewing your data points a little bit.
No, dude. The only problem with that is
Yeah. How is this just basic statistics, bud?
it's not though, because basic statistics show the increase in Muslims in these regions, and then the increase in the #1 baby name.
Okay, but you're not.
Christians
you're
ain't
not
naming their
following
child
the
Muhammad,
logic here. You're not following
and
the
Jews
logic
ain't naming their child
here. You
Muhammad.
could have. Do you understand what I'm saying? You could have like
do.
quite a bit of a less percentage being Muslim, but because so many Muslim people name their kids Muhammad, it may be the most popular name, even though it's not really that representative of like that huge of a portion of the population. Does that? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. The
Okay.
fact that children, like adults these days, are trying to name their kids Kylo.
Yeah, fucking
just-
dumb shit
yeah.
like that. Exactly.
And and like black people don't know how to properly spell Erica, so there's like
Oh,
so
no.
many different Ericas.
Jesus.
And because of stuff
Selena,
like that. I mean,
thank you for the
hold up,
follow.
So I get it. I get what you're saying because there's such a diversity of all the names as opposed to Muslim individuals. But no, I don't know,
Right,
dude.
that's what I'm saying.
I still correlate the idea that there's far too many Muslims in those regions.
I know.
And
I know you think that.
I truly do. Well, it's just like if there wasn't like Sweden's such a fucking beautiful example. Like you saw how rapes went up by 600% as soon as they started allowing immigrants from Syria and Afghanistan.
I did
And then,
not know
like-
that, but I will talk to my Swedish friend about that because he is from a Muslim family. and I'm
Denmark.
sure he would have some interesting things to say about it.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah,
He's
go
a
ahead.
Swedish conservative, so
Okay. And yeah, it's been intense, and now they're already immediately pushing back on that. Sweden just made the burqa illegal because of like now they're getting like a more right extremist view due to all the problems they've had due to the immigration in their country. So now the burqa is illegal in Sweden, or is it Denmark? It's one of the fucking two.
yeah, I don't.
But
really know.
either way, there was an issue in both those areas, and that's like the shit that you get. And honestly,
Yeah.
bro,
I get the
I'm a
arguments on
part of
both
the-
sides of that one. I don't
Yeah.
really know where I fall on it, honestly.
I'll tell you exactly where I fall on it.
I already know where
Don't
you
just-
fall on
All right.
it.
Okay, sure.
Hey, I love you anyway,
Uh,
buddy.
Yeah, nah, man. I personally, bro. So I have this. I'm gonna create what's called a Islamophobic shirt design, and I've already created like several like Christian Crusader shirts, like little designs like from favorite pictures and stuff. I'm like, that's cool. But I got a good one, bro. Haluga Khan. I want to start creating like Haluga Khan shirts. You know what Haluga Khan is?
No idea. I've never heard that before.
It's the grandson. So Ashura is a day celebrated in the Muslim religion. Ashura is celebrated by, I believe, the Sunnis. No, I'm gonna start with the Shiites. No, I think it's the Sunnis. The Sunnis celebrate Ashura as a positive day, wherein like a singular day, with the birth of Adam, the day Noah finally got off the ark, like all these things happen on a similar day. Ashura celebrates that, and the Shiites celebrate Ashura differently. They celebrate it, or they mourn it. It's a day of mourning for the death of the last bloodline of Muhammad. And it was the king of Baghdad, the last bloodline of Muhammad in Baghdad. And that was when Haluga Khan came there, slaughtered everybody, and then dragged his body by horses. He was trampled to death on horses in Baghdad. So I'm going to just start putting that guy on T-shirts everywhere.
Okay.
Because here's the thing.
You do that, bro. That'll be like your far-right Che Guevara or whatever.
Exactly, dude.
Hey,
I'm gonna make
Victoria.
him exactly like Che Guevara. I'm gonna put him in super cool pop culture colors. You know what I mean? Like put him in like classic what's his name? Andy Warhol style art. That's exactly what I'll fucking do. And then people will buy it not realizing the monster he is.
Okay, let's see. What does it want me to do? Return to your base. Alright. Wants me to do shit here. Oh my goodness. Let's see how many days left. It's the 3rd. 17 or 18 days left.
For what?
Of a based presidency.
No. Yeah. Before a base presidency, you mean?
Agree to disagree, good buddy.
Yeah, did you see the video of Kamala Harris on the Senate floor, and she can't
Yeah,
even say
I
the Pledge of
saw you
Allegiance
share
right?
that on every fucking social media and send it to me.
Yes. Pretty good. I'm glad he checked. Ridiculous. Just embarrassing. Just fucking embarrassing.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
okay.
I'm gonna say I don't really care too much about the Pledge of Allegiance. I never.
Right.
said it when was a
I get
kid.
it, dude.
Yeah.
You never said. I mean, yeah, because you grew up in different countries. You son of a bitch.
Well, no, when I was living here, like I didn't really say it either. It reminded me a little bit of like the
Nationalism.
Yeah, and the Hitler
That's
Youth
good.
Pledge.
That's good. That's bullshit, dude. There's nationalism and pride. People have a pride figure of literally all over the world, dude. People are proud of the country, especially when they immigrate to America. They're more proud of the country than ever
I can be proud
before.
of the country and not want to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I guess, dude. I guess, but why not? Like, I mean, where's the pride then? It's all right, dude. It's if you hire senators and presidents, you know, and governors, it would be like it's the simplest thing in the world. It's not. It's whatever.
I
get
also
it.
don't
To me,
particularly like that God is in it. That bothers me as a non-believer. I would rather it be
That's
non-denominational.
the real issue.
Yeah,
That's the
that
real
would
issue.
make it a lot better.
This is a
for me.
Christian nation. This is a Christian nation.
Half of the founders were not Christians, so I wouldn't say that.
This is a Christian nation.
Yeah, half the founders were actually deists, so I don't really.
Yeah, dude. Did they tell you that?
No, they wrote about it extensively.
Ew, the slave owner ones, like Thomas Jefferson.
I'm pretty sure every single one of them was a slave owner, bro.
Not true. Not true.
Which one wasn't?
What is it? Benjamin Franklin, he didn't own a slave. He was like given a slave and then he gave him freedom. Pretty positive that's the case for Benjamin Franklin.
I'm pretty sure Benjamin Franklin was a deist and not a Christian. In fact, let
You
me
know
look
what?
up the quote. Hang on.
Yeah, he was a deist.
Yeah.
His religious views were complex.
Yeah. I think and I think Thomas Jefferson once wrote a version of the Bible where he took out all of the miracles. And it was called, what was it called? Hang on.
Did you know that Kanye West wrote a version of the Bible?
Oh God.
Yeah, but I think he replaced every
The Life and
What was
Morals
it?
of Jesus of Nazareth is what it was called.
He grew up in a Puritan Christian family. Franklin.
Jefferson.
That's one of
or
my
Franklin?
favorite guys. No,
Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin. I
Yeah,
love Benjamin Franklin.
Me too. He's a good dude. For the time. They were all good dudes for the time. I'm sure they all did shit that we would probably consider to be not so great by today's standards, but
It would probably still be better than half the fucking people living in this country by today's standards.
hey, I wouldn't necessarily doubt that in certain cases. I don't know how many cases. I don't even know how to start like tallying that, but probably. Let me see. Yep, many were deists. Blah 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 blah.
I mean, it would make sense. They did write separation of church and
Church
state.
and state.
So
That's true.
yeah, it would make a lot of sense that they were still God, believing individuals. But
I think George
hold on.
Washington was a Christian.
I'm gonna take this call. Okay, I'll be back in a little.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and even though Washington was a Christian, he did say United States of America should have a foundation free from the influence of clergy. Thomas Jefferson, Christianity neither is nor never was a part of the common law. Madison, the purpose of separation of church and state is to keep forever from these shores the ceaseless strife that has soaked the soil of Europe with blood for centuries. Ooh, Adams. This would be the best of all possible worlds if there were no religion in it. Wow. Lincoln, not a founding father, but still interesting. The Bible is not my book, nor Christianity my profession. I could never give assent to the long, complicated statements of Christian dogma. Very, very interesting. Victoria, are you chatting or are you just having a listen tonight?
I'm just listening, just chilling.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Lincoln did have his like personal like per his notes and things like that. I haven't actually read it, but I know, like you said, he edited it and removed a bunch of shit. It'd be
Yeah.
interesting just to read it if I
Definitely.
had some time, someday, never. But yeah,
I wish more people
founding
were.
fathers and other relevant figures at the time.
Yeah, I think people just
They were
assume.
they were either outright um well, how am I say
Deist.
secular? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Be
if many
different.
of them were
Yeah, they weren't.
secular. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to, I don't want to say that exactly,
Yeah.
but
But I find it interesting. Like, I mean, I don't think it's much of a mystery as to why, but like,
neither do I. I mean, there was plenty of other, influences there, so.
Well, what I mean to say is I don't think it's that much of a mystery as to why people don't know about a lot of these points of view of a lot of the founding fathers, right? Because they don't get told, and they probably don't really want to go up against their bias on this sort of stuff.
Maybe. I mean, this would maybe in part go back to the education system, and
Sure.
at least in my personal experience, it's a geographical thing too. So I mean, like
Yeah.
growing up here, like it's heavy on all of that shit, right?
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
I
Founding
guess,
fathers, Puka,
yeah.
everything from Croatoa to
I remember that actually for the
founding,
few years.
and further up northeast, I mean, yeah, we covered things like Boston Tea Party, and like all that
Yeah.
stuff, obviously. But when you go further west, I've noticed some of my friends, there might be, and I have no actual empirical data behind this, it's just my own observations and who I've talked to and blah blah blah. Further out west, there might be more of a bit of a focus on things like, the Spanish-American War,
Right.
the Alamo,
So-
shit like that.
I never went to school, like to
Yeah, you weren't
elementary
in
school
yeah.
in the West.
You went
but
to international,
well, not actually totally. My parents wanted me to have like an experience in public school. So when we were in between postings, I did go to public school in Northern Virginia. So like
yeah, you told me the school I forgot.
yeah, Glasgow Middle School.
Yeah.
And then also Bailey's Elementary, which I mean you probably don't know either one, but
I mean, I know I don't know about the Glen Middle. I mean, because it's a middle school, so there's lots of them.
yeah. Well, it was a magnet
And
school.
then like the Bailey's Crossroad. I mean, I know of the area. I
Oh, of
can't really
course.
speak to the school specifically, but I mean, when you talk about elementary school, like, were you here through K through 12? Like, because I know
So-
that.
I did 4th, 5th, 6th, and part of 7th.
Oh, that's an interesting. So that's interesting because fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So that's actually kind of important because like around fourth, fifth, and sixth, seventh, because then it's a separate school at that point. But
So
fourth, fifth, and
6th was
sixth, you're
sixth
going
was
through the
middle
cycle
school.
of West Civ, Virginia government, something else, basically, because it pretty much alternated, right?
Yeah, I did some of the field trips too, like Williamsburg and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's actually kind of a great period of time to look at because, like, I'd say like pre fourth grade, it's like I'm not gonna be especially like as far as in terms of people's memories. Like I'm like,
Sure. Yeah, I was in Russia.
like what we
pre-fourth
focus on,
grade
like
anyway.
first, second, third grade is
Yeah, it was like the basics.
yeah, exactly.
And yeah,
Fourth, fifth, and sixth grade, it gets a little more. Like I said, it's
a little more
a little bit more
interesting.
relevant.
Yeah. I was in the GT program at Glasgow in 6th and 7th grade, so we had some really good history
Well,
classes
there was
there.
GT classes like. So were you like? I'm sorry, I kind of forget like 'cause there's GT and then AP.
So AP is high school, GT is before
That's right.
high
Okay,
school.
thank you for reminding. Okay, I was like, yeah, there's both of them.
Yeah, I did do.
And if you're in
I
the gifted
did.
and talented program,
Yeah,
but I
didn't
don't
wanna
remember
say
if I
it all
applied
the
to all
way
the
out.
classes or some of them.
I didn't want to say it all the way out and like blow smoke up my ass. But what I was saying
No, I know
was,
GT. I mean, there's GT kids, yeah. So
yeah, it's just that the history classes were really really good in that program, right?
probably, yeah.
Yeah, so I learned a lot while I was there. I think about it and
See,
it's-
like what Daniel just said is just kind of crazy to me because I'm like, man, did they drill that boring ass shit in our head like 1,000 times? I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
Founding
but
fathers,
hey-
Federalists and all that. I'm like, what is there else to know? I'm like, and then there's a ton more to know that they didn't tell us. But that's
true.
aside
But
the point.
give him
Like,
a little credit.
basic, like in terms of like where Christianity, separation, of church and state. I'm like, man, I mean, at least over here.
Give him a little credit though. When we looked it up, he changed his tune.
No,
on
I'm
that
not.
real
I'm
quick.
not bashing him for it. It's
Yeah.
just it's wild when you think about it because again,
Yeah.
it depends on your background and your like even geographically speaking. I'm saying in this area in particular, of course, it's focused on stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
We try to standardize it across the United States, but
Daniel's
results vary, as
Daniel
you
grew
know.
up in Florida as well, so.
So is Florida. I don't know how old so there's like so many different factors.
Well, also, yeah, Florida changed. Florida used to be a lot different, right?
I don't, political. I really don't know from like an educational stand, like, because there's been a lot of blah blah in the news. Like,
Sure.
I don't actually know what it translates into their education system. I mean, like, we didn't even talk about what is it, critical race theory and like all of the fucking distorted bullshit. That's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, well, what is actually being reflected in our like education systems and in different locales?
So Thanos and I actually have had like a few pretty interesting conversations about CRT. Um, there's from what I've heard, it's sort of like anything else, right? There's things in there that make sense, and there's things in there that it's like, well, that seems a little bit fringe.
Yeah, I know, but like you'll hear on the media narrative of like CRTs and like all of the textbooks, third grade.
Yeah.
I'm like, I doubt it. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I'm pretty sure CRT is like mostly like higher education level stuff anyway.
So CRT is always traditionally that's like legal stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's
right?
like
It's legal
that's
related stuff.
like
Yeah.
it's like when you're going for your
Yeah.
like either law or like graduate postgrad stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Generally speaking, but like in regular high school and or undergrad, were there prior to this becoming a little more popularized in the public, however you want to define that. I'm sure there was electives. Again, it just depends on what your choice of study was, but as far as being in the regular curricula of like school, I just no.
No,
I
it's
think it's also
definitely
just
not going to.
wildly misunderstood and misinterpreted and overblown.
And
Like
well,
as because there's examples like you look at a math problem and it's like if it mentions like a black person, it's like, oh, it's CRT, and it's like, okay.
yeah, exactly. And
That's what
obviously
I'm saying.
some of that
It's
is
like, well,
some of that
there's different
misinterpretation is purposeful as well, which is always
that's what I'm saying.
frustrating.
It's like
Yeah.
a framing of like politicians or the public or whatever, and it's just like it's hard to really wade through like what the actuality is.
Well, I think you and I both are constantly frustrated with how people sort of jump to conclusions on things very often.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but then, then I hear, I mean, then I also hear other wild shit that does happen. So it's hard to say. I don't like
Speaking
making
of
broad
which,
sweeping generalizations, especially
Yeah.
about and whatever's being in the education system now, because I don't know. I've been out of touch. I graduated college like over 20 years ago. I want to say. I don't have kids,
for me,
so I don't
it's
know.
been what 15 years is when I went into college. I graduated like 11, 12 years ago. 11
Yeah,
years
like
ago?
I mean, it's kind of crazy for me to think about, like, and it makes sense, like what they teach kids in school about 9/11, for example.
So what
I mean,
is it? Because I've looked into that, but I haven't found too much
I've
about it.
seen or heard different things like that go on in New York City. Exercises, I guess.
I feel like that's one of the more important things for kids to
I
learn
do
about
too, and
nowadays.
I don't know because I will like I've seen references to it, but then I don't look really into it. I just don't know. I
Talk
don't
to
know.
Thanos because he learned about it when he was in school.
Yeah, I mean he's young enough
Yeah.
because you can imagine in New York City, like, of course there's going to be a heavier focus on it for obvious reasons,
Of
but
course.
like
Yeah.
in terms of like what they teach, like I've even seen references like what like that depict like exercises, like almost like a therapeutic exercise about it. I'm like, interesting. I don't know
I mean,
how I feel
like,
about that.
that day is never gonna leave my memory, right? Like, it's so important.
I mean,
to-
same, but I'm just talking
Yeah.
about just
No,
thinking
for
about that, like,
sure.
oh yeah,
I'm
incorporate like how things have
I'm
changed and
just sort of
incorporating that
talking
into
about
like
it. It's like
elementary school,
it's something that
high school.
for those of us who are alive and remember when it happened, like, it's etched in our minds forever, and it's something that we think is like really important for everybody. Just like it's important for us to learn about Pearl Harbor, right?
Yeah.
Even this far removed from it, it's still important for us to learn about. I feel similarly about September 11th. I remember like every moment of that day. It's like seared in my head forever.
Hmm.
Wild shit.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Yeah. And I was a kid, so like, you know that sort of like when some crazy shit is happening in front of you and you have sort of like that dissociation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid, so like I didn't really experience the dissociation, right? Like I watched it.
Like, what grade? Like, how old were you in it?
Let's see, 2001. I would have been 10 on September 11th.
Oh, okay.
I think I was like
Yeah.
in fifth grade. I think I was in fifth grade. Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a totally different experience.
yeah. It's never gonna forget that one for sure. What about you? How old were you?
I was a senior in high school. I was skipping school that day too. I wasn't even at school.
What school? What high school did you go to?
Are you streaming?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was,
Sorry.
yeah, I was around and I wasn't at school that day.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was in school. We started getting calls in
But it's
from
much
parents.
different, 17,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, I was a child.
That
So,
particular day, like, both my parents were, because there's multiple bridges that go in, but both my parents were on the bridge. So was my aunt.
my parents too, right?
And there was a
'Cause
bunch of, there's just
they
a
got
bunch of people like that
evacuated.
for particular. Well, some of my family worked at the Pentagon, like some. But
Yeah.
like my mom, for example, that day, like she just happened to have a meeting scheduled. Like she had no business. It just happened to be that she
Wow.
needed to be there that day. It was all coincidental. And then there was, the cell, all the telecom was jammed up. Couldn't get a hold of anybody.
My parents obviously were at state. They weren't anywhere near the Pentagon, but they did pass it on their way
Still
home.
down yonder, just down the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah. And then like I don't remember
So
which
that
one.
was
I
so
think
early in the morning. It was like quarter. What was it like? Around 9.
yeah, it was like 9 whenever almost 9 when everything
9:13.
started.
Yeah, sometime between 8:45, 9:15.
And then I think it was like the day after or so, like my mom got assigned to work the ops center, which she said was like insane.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about any of the stuff that went on there, but
Yeah.
it's just a very I mean, what an experience, what a time to be in that part of the State Department, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what I mean, like, I can't imagine what it would be like to actually have been at the Pentagon.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So it's very frustrating when you hear people talk about like, oh, it was, a missile, like some dumbass.
Oh.
Dude. It's like, dude, I mean.
Have you ever watched any of the
Yep.
conspiracy documentaries? Yeah.
Mhm.
They're interesting. To say the
Yeah.
least. But I think they're an interesting lesson in bad logic. But
I mean, it depends on what layer of conspiracy we're talking about. Because
That's
people
true.
that just when I'm talking about the Pentagon specifically, I'm talking about those who say it was not an aircraft, that it was
it was a missile,
missile
because of the
or
one
some
single
other, or fucking UFO or whatever the fuck they come
because
up
of
with.
that one single frame that they have where it's just the tip.
The fucking
of-
10 FPS shit CCTV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just
Exactly.
one of the regular fucking fisheye bowls there. That's like,
Yep.
well, it's stupid. And that's not the only footage of it. That's the only footage that's released of it.
Yeah. It's also weird because like you see all the footage from like New York and it's like it's obviously planes, right? So it's like
Yeah, I mean, there's no oh, somebody, video compression.
right,
right?
exactly. And it's like, well, if those are obviously planes, Why would, let's just say, let's entertain the conspiracy for a second, right? Why would they use planes there and not use planes at the Pentagon? That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
I mean, I think it's kind of weak. I mean, distraction. Blew up
I
the Pentagon
guess.
while everybody's looking at the World Trade Center. I would. It's called aircraft. It's called.
Yeah, but
radar.
like the World Trade Center had a bunch of defense related stuff in it too, right? So like, why is that? I mean, I guess still the Pentagon is
Well,
probably.
yeah, it just goes back to it was a self-sabotage. It's like, well,
Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't.
we
Make
can
any
get
sense.
into how we. Like, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about like the complete communication failure between like multiple agencies? I mean, that was a
Yeah,
problem.
that was
Or
a
like
problem.
some other red flags, but like in terms of like we definitely it was like we did it. Like,
Or
that's
like the reports early about like how I get it was generalized in the way it was worded, but like the report that came in that said like, okay, Osama bin Laden is planning some sort of attack on American soil, that they had, well, I don't remember how long before it happened that they had that report, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
I mean, there was a previous like there was a bombing and like the bombing thing in like '96, I think. I mean,
I think it was 93.
yeah, something like
Yeah,
that. I mean, there's people try to connect a lot of different dots there, but
People love to connect dots.
I mean, I don't really. It's not really much for me to say except that education system incorporated events like that. I can't, it's harder to relate to stuff like that because I was in, for when I was in school, that wasn't going on.
Yep. Yeah. But, now we live. I mean, the internet really changed everything, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Whatever theory you have now, there's going to be people out there who are going to pick it up and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter what, like, education you're given, because people are just hardwired not to trust any official sources now.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to comment on
I
that.
don't disagree. There's a lot to unpack. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm not saying like, I'm not also saying like, oh yes, everything they say is always right 100% of the time, right?
No,
Bow
yeah,
down to
that's-
the overlords, right? But there are certain things where it's like, well, this is pretty well backed up by a lot of like easily reproducible evidence, like the one that always stands out to me the most is the steel beams one, where they're like,
Oh yeah, I mean that's the stupid. The
Yeah.
melting point. It's just
Yeah.
like, dude, it's just fucking structural damage to a fucking building like this, like from a fucking plane. And
well,
we can
not
get
just
into
that,
like the physics of it. We can get into all this other stuff. It's just like it's all rocket science.
but like steel
I read the
beams.
reports. They did multiple
Yeah.
reports on it. They investigated that too, and it's just like, and people will like to pick at, but it's like, yeah, these are in controlled conditions. They note for that, and I've read those fucking reports. They're hundreds
Well,
and hundreds.
I think there's like the simplest thing to say about it too is like, yeah, steel beams don't melt at that temperature, but they soften below that temperature.
The whole
Yeah.
fucking building.
And they
Like, it's that simple.
soften. And if a metal softens, it loses structural integrity, especially when you
Yeah.
have all of this weight on top of it.
Yes, it's precisely. I don't
Yeah.
think it's rocket science. I really don't.
It's definitely not. It's very basic physics, right? But people.
We don't really, I mean, we have a lot of regulatory and other things that we do to test and stress test in terms of construction, but I don't think that we have stress tested any skyscrapers for, fucking goddamn jumbo jets flying through them, if you know what
Well,
I'm saying.
it's interesting you say that, because they did actually build I'm sure you know this. They did build them to be able to withstand a hit from
They
like a
keep that in,
seven.
yeah, so they do build it, but
Yeah,
like I said, I don't think we have a whole, you know.
they didn't expect to have to deal with the fuel burning for that long. I think was the big thing. Um, I know too much about this conspiracy. It's depressing.
I do too, and I heard like a zillion things about it, but I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I know it's tiring, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't anything really much to add that's interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. I
I've
was
heard
thinking
every
of
fucking
something.
wacky ass bullshit under the sun about it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's. Oh yeah, the thing I wanted to say is like, I don't know if you've looked into this. You might have about like the psychology of how when there are like really massive, earth-shattering, changing events, like there's like a natural instinct for people to find some sort of explanation that's just as
Yeah.
crazy and out there as the event, and that's kind of a lot of why people end up coming up with conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of, obeying Occam's razor. But yeah, well, Did you ever watch that John Oliver bit on conspiracies?
I don't know about conspiracy. I mean, I don't know about that one in particular.
I'll link it to you when you watch it on your own time. It's pretty good.
One of these days I can post. I mean, because we do this in like decision management and decision sciences and leadership and stuff like that. So we look at a lot of like different behavioral aspects, which includes, to varying extents, like conspiratorial thinking, because this kind of very much related to different aspects of like information security, cybersecurity, and different sectors. I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired. Blah, blah, blah.
No worries.
Yeah, conspiracy theories, besides what the layperson's understanding, like that's a generic definition of it, it gets very, very interesting. Everything from like mass psychosis, folie à deux, to
Yeah.
mis and disinformation, the communication method.
For sure.
The difference between now and back in the day is the mode and the speed of transmission.
Absolutely. I agree.
Also, it's two-way versus one-way. So, like, if you think about like the telegraph or even the printing press, that's still one-way communication.
Right. True. And now people can get into their little
Yeah, this is different
corners.
than me flying over, a geographic area with a bunch of
100%.
papers or pamphlets.
Yeah.
Or sending out a
Dropping
telegram or whatever, like where people in rural areas might hear, oh, Lincoln said 18 weeks ago some shit.
But it's like it's just so recently that whole dynamic changed. I mean, like even in the 90s and the early 2000s, like it didn't proliferate the way that it does now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. And now it's just like there's these whole corners, these whole echo chambers of the internet where people like retreat themselves into, and like they just it's a lot of it is like, for lack of a better word, there's a lot of like cult like thinking there, right? It's like we're sort of in this in group where we believe in these things, and anybody who doesn't agree with us is like a sheep or is like, the other, and they're just trying to pull the wool over your eyes, and it creates this really like fucked up toxic sort of thought loop.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Anybody who doesn't agree with me is like just scum.
There you go, buddy. That's
Yeah,
the ticket.
I saw all of your.
Was that the point?
I know the drum beat you're on, so I'm cognitively slow right now. So like, keep that up. 'Cause I was like getting excited. I was like, oh boy. Yeah.
I just want to bathe in the blood of my enemies. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, but yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Especially if
do it all day as well, so I get it.
Especially if they're a
like-
healthcare CEO, right?
Yeah, and then it's just like that quote from like Conan the Barbarian. It's just like, the lamentation of that women. See them like, flee and shit. I can't remember the exact quote, but it's pretty epic.
Welcome
Good,
to the
and Barbarian.
stream, buddy.
Sure. Sorry I'm late. I just kind of woke up.
It's all good. No worries. I'm glad you're here at all, and not like when there's already a bunch of us in here having an already big conversation.
Yeah, true.
Can you explain something to me, Jordan? What was with your friend's like comment about like his like weird comment that was obviously between the two of you? Wink, wink about founding fathers, drugs, and Midwest dumbfuckery video. Had to do with drugs. I don't know, some kind of slight towards hateful. I'm like, this is dumb as
Wait,
fuck.
what?
Sounded like, I drink Earl Grey, I don't do drugs, here's shoplifters, and I believe in drugs. That's what I got out of it.
He
I'm
was
like,
being
shut up.
sincere. He doesn't do drugs. I don't.
That's
I
it.
don't.
Human. I'll be right
It's
back.
comical coming from somebody who drinks Earl Grey, fucks with electronics and digital cameras.
Yeah, I think he was just being
A douche.
a little bit. Yeah.
I just didn't understand what the Midwest video was about. I'm like, yeah.
I honestly, that was so long ago in internet time. I can't even barely remember what it was about.
Yeah, I forgot you guys post 1,000 posts a second.
Yeah, I know. I have to keep up with Josh and Leo posting things all the time. I'm scrolling. Gosh, this is gonna be way back.
Midwest, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not important. He said a bunch more shit was said today about how you don't understand socialism. Just like,
That sounds like something Josh would say to me.
yeah, that was the gist I was getting. You don't understand socialism, which I mean, I kind of agree.
Who, me? That I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
That's what that was the jive I was getting.
I mean, I have been much more of a socialist in the past, and I am a very strong proponent of mixed economies. I just think sometimes people go a little bit too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hateful's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, he is. Not quite as hardcore as Leo, but. Yeah. This is I don't even know how far back yeah, I don't know how far back we're going.
If I was in I don't know. I'd have to look. It's not that important.
Yeah, I'm giving up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Where's your conservative friend? Did he just die?
He said he had to take a call, but I don't know. Maybe he heard us bad mouthing conspiracies and he didn't want to deal with it 2v1. I love him to death, but he goes way down those conspiracy rabbit holes.
How do you you guys are IRL friends?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we've worked on a lot of sets together. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Good friend. Really, really good friend. Like, supportive, good friend. But we disagree on a lot politically. But that's kind of why I wanted him in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like talking to people I disagree with. Even if sometimes I get a little up in my fifis about it.
Coronavirus conspiracy theories.
What is it?
Oh, I was reading what you put coronavirus.
Yeah. Just on your own time, watch that video. I think it's pretty well done. Yeah, I remember like when it came out, everybody was watching it.
Mhm.
Well, everybody on the left, I guess. But I just, I thought it was pretty good because it was something like, before I got into like politics debate, I was really into atheism, theism debate when that scene was pretty big. And, conspiratorial thinking, the sort of philosophical approach of conspiratorial thinking has a lot of overlap with the debate when it comes to theistic thinking.
Sure.
And so I don't know. It's a topic I've gotten into a lot in the past.
What did I miss?
Jordan's a conspiracy theorist.
I'm a huge conspiracy theorist. Yeah. In fact, Josh, this entire time, I still don't believe you actually exist. You're a crisis actor.
Ooh.
That's how I get away with it. Just posting all this nonsense I post. Like, he's not real.
I mean, your whole country is fake. We know this.
Yeah, I don't know where the accent came from. It's like bad acting, man. It's like, this is fused, like, I don't know, like a hillbilly with a pirate, but not quite American.
Hillbilly with a pirate. Did you ever watch? I sent this to Victoria just now for her to give a watch when she has time. Did you ever watch that John Oliver piece on conspiracies?
Oh, yeah, I think so. It's
Yeah.
been a long. That was a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a few years ago, but I always thought it was really good. So I just sent it to her because we were on the topic of conspiracies.
What was your
and
favorite
conspiratorial
part?
thinking. Me or Josh?
Either of you. Actually, Jordan. Yeah. Like, what did you find so interesting about the Brits?
Well, from what I can remember, because it has been like 4 years
That's
since
fair.
I
That's
watched
fine.
it.
Just whatever stood out.
Yeah. I remember the point about the the more people that would have to be involved, the like exponentially less likely it stays hidden.
Did you just
right?
learn that from that?
No, not at all. It's just a point that I
Just checking.
know. Yeah, that I was like, I'm glad he said that, and that's why it stuck in my head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So nothing about like coronavirus conspiracies themselves.
I think there's some of it, but to be honest with you, I actually really can't remember. I just remember liking it and thinking it was well done. So I don't know. I could be. That was 4 years ago too. Like I could watch it again now and be like, actually, this was retarded. But I
Did
don't
you do the
think-
magnet test? I don't know. I think you're fucked.
The what?
Uh-oh. Nothing. Magnets.
What is that?
You don't know about vaccines and magnets? Oh, my God.
Oh,
Especially
the
the
magnet test. Oh no.
Yeah, like,
That
well,
like
I
a
don't know about
magnet
the test,
sticks to
but,
you
like,
or
yeah,
something. There's so many of these conspiracies. I can't keep track of all of them, Victoria.
You're supposed to. You used to watch Alex Jones, like.
I
You
used
know-
to watch Alex Jones when I was like 19.
You know what's amazing?
What?
I'm pro-vaccine, but I never got the jab. I don't know how the fuck that worked. So anyway, get a jab, but I'm sitting here like, I'm not getting one. Imagine one fuck if you're like a right winger, you saw that, you'd be like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
What are you up to?
Why? Just like out of laziness, or like why not?
Basically,
Why? You
laziness.
didn't have a reason
Oh.
to.
Yeah, I think I already caught it, but like, yeah,
Plus, they have a tendency to poison your kind. You know.
Oh God,
yeah.
that's true.
They do have a history of fucking with you.
Oh.
maybe it was just like epigenetics, right? My body was just telling me, don't do it, and I'm like, and my
Yeah,
brain's
yeah,
my brain's like, yeah, you should get a vaccine. You should get a vaccine.
It's like, hey, remember when we poisoned you in '48? Get ready, buckle up, buckaroo. Oh yeah, no, it's not funny though. Funny, not funny. Anyway, that would actually be a legitimate excuse, maybe.
Yeah, it was actually interesting when I thought about it. I'm like, that's interesting because I was always like laughing at anti-vaxxers. I was always thinking, man, these people
And
suck.
then you didn't
then I never.
actually get it.
Yeah, maybe their propaganda worked on me.
Here's a real question, Josh. Did you ever lie to ones that you were arguing with and told them that you did get it?
Only at work. only at work because it's like it was kind of like taboo and people would look at you weirdly. But no, outside of that, no, I wouldn't say I took it, but I kind of did that because like there was a bit of
like required for work, like like it doesn't matter what your country wanted. It's like if you want to work, bruh.
Yeah.
My boss was like, "You need to get a vaccine," and I'm like, "I'll get on it."
And they didn't check the fucking electronic record either for some reason.
It's hilarious because
so like, go ahead.
There's no way you shouldn't have gotten away with that, but you did.
Yeah, for real.
yeah.
There was inefficiency. They didn't bother to check.
Especially in Australia, like we were going overboard with some shit.
Yeah, I know, right? So they should have caught.
I remember you guys were super locked down.
It was super entertaining.
James would tell me about it.
Oh yeah, but he got it worse than I did. Like down there, they got it bad.
Yeah, Melbourne was just.
That was like a police state.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck them though. That was just like, what do you want them to get out? Like Jesus. Nobody in, nobody out.
It was so funny because when Brisbane locked down, everybody was just like, "I guess so. That's gonna happen. Whatever." Yeah. And then we just turn the TV on or like put YouTube on and just be
Mad Max riot gear on, like police.
Yeah.
And
down
with like loudspeakers.
Yeah, down in Melbourne, they're like literally beating each other's heads in, but we're just up here in Brisbane going, "What? Why are you guys fighting? Just comply."
Yeah,
it was weird. Like Queensland
with rubber bullets and.
it is so weird too because Queensland is like technically like an extreme state. Like it politically speaking, like we have a lot of like far right lunatics. We have a few like far left people, but like
is it like your Florida?
Huh?
Is it like your Florida?
No.
It's more like Texas.
More like
Australia's Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. Lots of people with cowboy hats up north and the gun nuts. But where I live, there's no guns. Like it's just like the further north you go, the more like people have guns, and then they want to ban abortions and stuff like that. Like the more north you go, there's a lot of people in the state that actually want to abolish like abortion rights.
Yeah, this anti-abortion thing that's going around is not good.
But no, I don't think we have a Florida. But I don't think we have a Florida. Florida is special.
Florida is special.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like it. I don't. Never heard of a place in Australia like that.
I'm excited for GTA 6. I'm not gonna lie. Like they're gonna go so hard on the Florida stuff.
Oh my god.
Oh, you know what I heard?
Florida man.
I heard that definitely. I heard they're gonna be parodying like Red Pill guys in GTA 6.
Oh wow.
That's gonna be fun.
How long till it gets released? Because this shit's been going on forever.
This year.
I was gonna say, I'm like, yeah, they've been saying that for 2 years.
No, this year. It's coming out this year.
I'll believe it when I see it.
For sure. Like I hear you there.
And when it works, and if it works.
But Rockstar, because they spent so long on their games, they generally are pretty good with their releases.
Going like barely hanging on. I mean, I'm surprised they still exist. I'm not talking shit. I'm just being honest.
Well, GTA 5 has netted them so much fucking money for
the only reason they're staying alive.
Yeah.
It's the only reason they can keep their head afloat.
and Red Dead Redemption 2 is like one of the best games like ever. So good. But I mean, look, they go a long time between their releases, but then when they finally do, like the wait is usually worth it. So, but GTA Online is just like a big cash cow for them, and it has continued to be. And like, it's a double-edged sword because I'm glad that they have the money to make really great games and come out with those great games. But you know, they started by making single player games, and now it's like they don't give two shits about single player anymore, and that kind of sucks. Where's Mika, Selena? Let me show you. Mika, come here. Come on, baby. Let's come and say hello. Let's come and say hello to the people. Selena wants to say hi. Come on. You got this. Oh, you got it. You got it. It's okay. You got it, baby. Good girl. Come here. Come here. Can you come and say hi? Hi, baby. Hi, baby. There you go, Selena. Here she is. Look at the camera. What's on the camera? Say hi to the people. Oh, she's a little sleepy. You're a little sleepy. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I had a request in chat for Mika to come on camera, so I had to make sure she said hi to everybody. Hey, baby. She's a good doggy. Yes. She is big. She's like 70 pounds now. She's a big girl. Anyway. Where were we? Before I rudely interrupted us.
So, what's new anyway? What are you up to?
Well, I was playing No Man's Sky, but then I got into a good discussion with Victoria about conspiracies, and then you came on, and then we've been talking here about COVID. Oh yeah, so I actually have yet to get COVID, even once. At least I don't think I have. You know, I might have gotten like asymptomatic maybe, but
So how many jabs did you get? Huh?
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, isn't that joke? Like I had 5, and I'm just like, okay. I'm not saying that there's.
I had 5. I asked for extra. They weren't spread out. I got all 5 at once, actually.
That would probably make you sick, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, probably would not be good. Yeah. No, I had one. I had like the original vaccine and then a booster.
I've had some funny interaction with anti-vaxxers.
I have some good friends who are anti-vaxxers.
Oh my god! No, I mean, like, it depends on like how they express it, right? Some people are just unhinged about it, like, and other people were just like, I just prefer not to. I'm like, I'm cool with that.
It's just
very difficult.
It's very difficult because all of them. The one thing I have seen, like across all of my friends who are like against the COVID vaccine, is everything they bring is like anecdotal. And it's really, really hard to argue with anecdotal evidence when it's coming from like a personal place, right? Like they'll be like, you know, my friend got the vaccine and they had this reaction, or this person had the vaccine and they had this reaction. And it's hard to argue with that because they'll say, well, this is my experience, even though you really want to be like, well, hey, you know, there might be like a miscorrelation here, or we're not looking at all of the overlying statistics that are telling us, you know, yeah, there are some vaccine injuries, and that's definitely the case, just like there are with every vaccine. But, you know, for the most part, like to a great extent, the vaccine is working, right? I do make a little bit of progress sometimes, but it's hard.
Yeah.
And they do this thing where, like, by the next time you talk to them, they've forgotten everything you said.
Oh, I'm good at that too, you know.
Yeah. But it's okay.
It's usually politics.
But that's fine. Like, we all do that sometimes, I think.
I've had quite a few interactions with anti-vaxxers where they'll send me pictures of like clotted arteries and say, "This is you. This is what you're gonna experience." I'm like, and all I'm thinking is like, I didn't have the vaccine. I'm just saying that, you know, if you're old, you probably should have it.
Well, I'm also saying like what we're almost 5 years on now, right? Like where these